Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Samsonite Outline Pro carry-on spinner, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So this carry-on is made with polypropylene and it has like a textured matte finish, which I really liked, mostly because it shows a lot less stains and dirt and scuffs than shinier bags. And I had a little bit of a direct comparison, so it was really nice to see like how much nicer this one is holding up. Obviously we got like a little scuff here, but I mean, I don't even know quite what that is, but it's just, it hides a whole lot more just stuff from getting shoved up into the overhead bin and being on the airplane and all that than shinier exteriors. So take with that with a grain of salt. Obviously it still can show scuffs and stains. We've got the Samsonite logo here on the front, and then the branding is also on handles and such around the bag. Speaking of which though, I do want to talk about the handles. I'll show you this side carry handle. Again, Samsonite. All the handles are treated with this SAM AMH. I think it's AMH, yes, SAM AMH. It's antimicrobial technology. It's basically supposed to make it so that all the handles resist the growth of bacteria and also resist degradation, which is good because the telescoping handle has a very nice sort of rubbery texture. That's very nice and soft to hold, but I did have concerns just because I've had other rubbery things sort of like start getting sticky after a while. This is supposed to inhibit that growth. Fingers crossed, right? It's still working really well. This button here on the telescoping handle is, you have to put in a little more effort to depress it than some other ones. I think just because of this rubberiness, not a big deal. The carry handles though, they like snap back into place really nicely. I really like that. And then while we're up here, let's look at the zippers. They are unbranded zippers, but I had no issues with them. We do have one of these TSA approved combination locks. So just like so, you just sort of open it like that. Very easy, and then they can get in if they need to. Plus up here we have this little hidden USB-A port, and it goes to a cord inside the bag that I will show you when we get in there, so that you can charge devices while having a battery bank in your suitcase. We've got, on the opposite side of that carry handle, there are some feet so that when you set it down, as so, it's nice and stable, so that's really great. Plus, of course, this is spinner luggage, so we have some spinning wheels. They rotate freely 360. They roll really, really well over a multitude of surfaces. And then I liked they're slightly recessed here. Hard to show you a little bit. There we go. They're like slightly recessed, and they seem to be affixed very securely, but I do like that they're slightly recessed because I feel like wheels are going to be more likely to break the more they stick out. So it's good to not have that be an issue. And I'm going to flip back up here on the wrong side just for a really hot second, because there is also a third zipper pull, and this one says expand on it, and it is a ring zipper instead of those rectangular pulls. So you know this is how you get an extra inch of capacity should you need it. I just like that it's labeled and sort of very easy to know exactly which one you're supposed to be pulling. So this is I found a very nice looking piece of luggage for the price point, which is fairly average. I've got the emerald green colorway, and you can get it in a variety of other options, which I enjoyed, but there's also black and navy if you don't like bright colors. The handle stops at 6 points, so you can very easily find a comfortable spot for you. And then the wheels just roll so nicely along a variety of surfaces. So for the most part, I always kept it on 4 wheels, whether it was over cobblestones or rough cement or whatnot. The only time when I switch to pulling is when I'm on thicker carpet like this, and then you pull it behind you and it still works really well. So I did find it very nice, and it has been holding up the wheels and everything over a variety of surfaces. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now, like many pieces of hard-sided luggage, this one doesn't have any exterior pockets. The most you get for accessibility is that USB port. So let's go inside. I did like having the zippers at the top here. I just found it easier to get at. I don't know why it's different than having them on the side. Just for me, I just thought it was a little nicer than a lot of the other ones put it like right here on the side instead of on the top. I don't know. I guess it's personal preference, but whichever one you buy, you're kind of stuck with it. You can't move that lock. So I was happy to have one that I liked like that. So you're going to open it up. You always want to make sure to have the handle side on the bottom because the front part is much more contained than this back section. So if you had smaller gear tucked in here, it could. Now this one has a compression panel that takes up a lot of space, so it's less likely, but it could theoretically fall out. So just always make sure to open the front because that's usually what they have way more contained. We're going to start here though at the back, where usually I like to put clothing on this side, but I didn't, and I'm going to show you why. So we have this this compress pack, they call it, panel. It's basically just a big compression panel. We've got wire, and then it's flexible in the middle, and then we have 2 pouches here. This one's just liner material, which is recycled materials. I just use it for some gloves I popped in here. Then this one's TPU material, so you can put either like a wet bathing suit or some toiletries, stuff like that. And then when you get to your destination, or even if you're unpacking, no matter what, you have to take it off of the compression straps in order to get at your gear. But if you took it completely off, you can hang it up somewhere because they put this little handle on there, or you can just take it off and leave it at home if it does not suit your needs, in which case these compression straps do very nicely to hold just packing cubes in place. So on this side, even though like this is where like the handle is, so I feel like putting bulky gear on this side, you actually waste some space, but I ended up putting bulky gear here just because it ended up being much nicer with this compression panel. Obviously you do you, it just worked out for me. So toiletry bag, hat, shoes, yoga mat. You can, obviously you see I'm not using all of the space, so there's a lot more room there, but then you put this in, and this sort of takes up a lot of space, so you kind of have to play around with that. It's very easy to overpack if you fill the side and then put this back in, and then you're like, uh-oh, can't shut it. On this side though, we have 2 pockets on this zippered panel. This front one, you see the power outlet here, and that is where your battery bank will go. And then if you plugged in up here outside, you can charge your device. I didn't really do that too much, just not my thing, but you can. Then you can put I've got just a wrap in here, and then you open it up and it basically turns it into a nice big packing cube for all your clothing. So it just, you just sort of have to do it in reverse if that's not how you're used to doing it. But this is a bag that's much better to sort of unpack once you get there than live out of, because you can see it takes up a lot of space. But if you have a lot of floor space, or you're just going to be staying in one spot and you can unpack, it's a really great bag. So there you have it, the Samsonite Outline Pro carry-on spinner. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.